In this video, we're going to be working on this two-door hatchback Mini. We're going to be doing a transmission fluid service. Probably a good idea to do that about 60,000 miles. In this case, we're working on a 6-speed manual, so we're going to be using the BMW LT4 transmission fluid. It'd be great if we had a vehicle lift. You get the whole car in the air. Most of us don't have the luxury of one of those, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to do these cars using a jack and a jack stand. You do want the car to be fairly level when you're filling. Because it's a BMW Mini, you've got these at every jack point, little rectangular lift, and you're going to need a jack pad that fits into it. Not expensive. You can buy them in pairs. I bought a set of 4, fairly cheap. Now, to get the fluid in the car, you could use a pump. You might have a bottle top pump, motorized pump. You might have one of these transfer pumps. It's a lot easier, cleaner, and more efficient to just use gravity and a funnel method that I'm going to show you today. I think you're going to find that it goes a little bit faster too. I've got a couple of jacks, but you only need one. You will need 4 jack stands to safely elevate the car and keep it level. The fluid capacity is 1.8 liters, so I bought 2. A lot of people buy 3 liters because the common pump method ends up wasting a lot of fluid. And as far as the type of fluid, you should have a label on the forward part of your gearbox. I'll flip it over here. You can see it says lifetime oil, no oil change. Anyway, the nice thing about these cars, they have 4 jack points, but if you use the forward jack point, you'll notice the whole side of the car comes up. It's really nice. And once you get it level on jack stands, I have several jacks and I put 2 of them in place just for added safety. I don't need to do that. Just to be on the safe side, I leave them in place. And this is where the drain plug and fill plug are located. And as with any transmission fluid job, you want to make sure you can loosen the fill plug before you drain the fluid out so you know you can get fluid into it. These are both 8mm sockets. And you'll notice that I'm raising the oil pan because I drove this car for about half an hour immediately before draining. So the fluid's warm and it comes out pretty fast and sideways. So I don't want to make a mess. Once it starts going straight down, then I'll put the oil pan on the ground. But yeah, you want to drive the car first, get all the particulates into suspension, and then drain it immediately while they're in suspension since there's no serviceable filter. And the drain plug has no crush washer or O-ring. It's just designed to seal against the housing of the gearbox when it's torqued down. So we'll go ahead and take care of that now. Both the fill and the drain plug are 32 foot-pounds. And to be on the safe side, you can use a new drain and fill plug. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a locator light right next to the fill plug. And the reason I'm doing that is it's going to make it much easier for me from above to look down between the engine and firewall and see where I want to feed my filler tube. And it's pretty easy to see the light. So now what you can do is just take a tube that you have that will fit onto a funnel, and once you remove the filler plug, just feed the tube down from above. And once you've got it in the proximity, you can get underneath and get it securely plugged into the filler hole. In this case, the filler hole is your dipstick. Once you fill up to the filler hole, you're done. So we'll plug the funnel in. And this is fairly important. I warmed up the fluid first, and it was a sunny day. I just set it out in the sun for a while before I started the job. Makes a huge difference for how fast it will drain. Once you get close to the bottom of the 2nd liter, you know you should be done since the capacity is 1.8 liters. That's when you're going to want to go underneath the car and look for the slow drip of fluid coming out of the filler. So let's go down and have a look at that. And sure enough, we're there. We have filled the gearbox. So now we can pull the filler tube out. And I'm just going to use a paper towel to minimize mess. Go underneath, put the filler plug back on, just hand tight, and we can use our torque wrench, bring it to the same torque as the drain plug, 32 foot-pounds for this vehicle. And this is what's left. We really had very minimal waste, and I've got enough new fluid left to show you the difference. The new fluid obviously looks nice and clear on a paper towel. The old stuff, well, that's your fluid for life. Well, you're almost done. Now you can just give a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. And to help out anyone else trying to change the transmission differential fluid, please do share this video. Thanks for watching.